Good morning, everyone. Happy Super Saturday. I was listening to Gary Vee this morning and Lewis Howes, and just listening to them go back and forth about business and about um, life and the economy and everything, and being prepared for life as things are going to continue to happen. And, something that I've heard forever, and I can't remember who, maybe. It was maybe either my husband or Andy had said, was keep it between the ditches. It was probably Andy, and who's my mentor in business. So I have several different areas of my life, and so that's our topic today. Keep it between the ditches, and and that's what Lewis was talking about today, and that's what Gary Vee was talking about. Is never get too high, never get too low. And so the story behind keep it between the ditches is, stay in your lane. You know what you've been called to do. You know what your passion is. And if you don't, you have to find your passion, because that's going to give you the desire, the energy, to have the work ethic to do what you need. And so stay in your lane, and it's okay. Life is going to happen, and you're going to move from lane to lane. But my gosh, don't get too high where you believe the hype, where you become entitled, right? That this should happen for me, and don't get too low. So when life happens, if you've been hit in the last couple of months, don't get too low and think that that's who you are, right? Life happens. It rains on the wealthy and it rains on the poor. The drought comes to the wealthy and the drought comes to the poor. So you've got to really get in a place where you are so fundamentally sound in your mind, your heart, your spirit, that you understand you've been called to do work. There's nowhere in the Bible that it talks about retirement. And I've looked, I've really looked, I've gone through and said, where does it say in the Bible that we get to stop? Now, there are seasons. There are seasons for living, and there's seasons for dying. There's seasons for growing, and there's a season for paring back. There's seasons that we go through, but seasons are cyclical. So we also have to know that as long as we're here on earth, we have a job to do, and that job is serving. And in what way are we going to serve? If we're just going to our job, and a lot of people, 42% of people have lost a good amount of their income in the United States. So we have to get creative. Lord, make me a creator of witty inventions. That we get really creative. And maybe that is starting a new business, or starting, I know everybody says a side hustle, that's so old, that's so overrated. But the reality is, yeah, back in the old day, they owned the little gas stations or the little convenience stores, and they lived above the convenience stores. So if somebody was riding through town on their horse and buggy and they needed something, they'd bang on the door, and it was 2 a.m, and you remember the old movies, they'd put on their old little house coat, and they'd come on downstairs and flip the lights on, and they would take care of them, and they would give them what they needed. Where is it in our life that we've decided that we've gotten soft? That's happened in every country right before that country has fallen, is they've gotten so soft and so abundant that they've lost their work ethic, and they've become entitlement, where, hey, I shouldn't have to. Yes, we should take one day of rest. Yes, Shabbat. You should yashab, sit down and fellowship and really spend time with the Lord. I mean, that's my thing, your family and the Lord, and you should take time to get quiet and to rejuvenate and to recharge. But then 6 days a week, my dad told me as a little girl growing up, baby, all you have to do is work 6 days a week. It's just half days. And as a little girl, I remember saying, oh my gosh, that's amazing. We're done by 12. And he said, no, baby, the first 12 hours or the last 12 hours. Which one are you going to work? You decide, depending on what industry you're in, if it's during the day or it's during the night, but it's 12 hours, 6 days a week, and you'll beat everyone. And if you have that little extra passion and you love what you do, that will take you to the top. And so I think it's so important that we as a country really make a decision to get creative. I was talking to a business owner yesterday, and I said, look, they're in the trucking business. I said, you're going to have to really do some research, because Uber is working with 5G hard, and Amazon of having driverless trucks. They're already on the road. So you need to start thinking, forward thinking about what that business looks like for you. Do you have the ability to take that Kenworth and put the modern technology in it and the 5G in it? Can you rewire that and reconfigure that thing where that bad boy can go without a human driver? Because we might be 10 years away from that, but that's where we're headed. We've got to start forward thinking, just like in our business. How do we go on Zoom, and how do we get in a position where we can do all of our meetings online from a distance, and now we can expand across the United States? How do we readapt our business to be able to reach the masses on terms where it's good for them, where they're at home, right? I mean, so keep it between the ditches. So let me come full circle. You can't get too high and you can't get too low. That's called emotional intelligence. That's called getting in a position where you can really have mental toughness to go to another level, but to have the creativity and that quiet time every single day. If that's in the morning and you do your self-improvement, if that's at night and you do your self-improvement, maybe you need to do it twice a day. You need to be reading books or getting Audible, or gosh, you can go on YouTube for free. There's so many books, amazing, great books. There's so much material. If it doesn't resonate from you, then click off of it and find something that resonates. There's billions of things, people that you can find to mentor you. That mentor doesn't mean they have to be in your face. They can be from a distance, but we have to get in a position where we have that tenacity to be able to push through to the next level. This is where breakthrough occurs. It's not in the good times. Everybody looks good in the good times. It's when the bad times are down that you really buckle down and you go to work and you become productive, and you become productive in the lives of other people. That's where significance is. And that's where our country will continue to be great, continue to advance, because we're willing to go to work until they pat the shovel on the ground and God says it's time to come home, that we're here serving God's people in some capacity that we know is truly going to be significant for them and for us. So with that, keep it between the ditches. Don't wreck your car. Don't wreck your life over things that look bad or things that look really good. Stay in the middle. Stay emotionally tough. Get to work. Let's go to work. Let's change our country. Let's change our world. Change our lives for the better. Make this place better because we're here. Not that it has to get better because we're here. Love you guys so much. Make it a great day today. Super Saturday is your day. Love you, and we'll see you soon.